Hello, welcome back to my channel Watchlist by Miss C. Those who are new, this channel is all about murder, mystery, true crime, historical events, some celebrity gossip, and much more. Most of you will be familiar with the story of Hansel and Gretel, but for those who aren't, the story starts with the pair of children who are to be abandoned by their starving parents in the forest. The kids Hansel and Gretel get wind of their parents' plan, and when their parents leave them in the forest, they find their way back home by following a trail of stones Hansel had dropped earlier. The stepmother then convinces the father to abandon the children a second time. This time, Hansel drops breadcrumbs to follow home, but birds eat the breadcrumbs and the children become lost in the forest. The starving siblings then find a gingerbread house and they begin to eat it. But they didn't know that the house was actually a trap set by an old witch or ogre, who enslaved Gretel and forced her to overfeed Hansel so that he can be eaten by the witch herself. The pair manage to escape when Gretel shoves the witch into an oven. They return home with the witch's treasure and find that their evil stepmother is no longer there and is presumed dead, so they live happily ever after. But the true story behind the tale of Hansel and Gretel isn't so happy as this ending. Modern readers know Hansel and Gretel from the works of Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm. The real story is so dark and was never intended to be read by children. But when the brothers got aware that their stories were being read by children, they made a few changes in it and softened the story by showing more regret by father for his actions. The true story goes back to the time of the Great Famine of 1314 to 1322. The results of this famine were devastating and killed off up to 25% of the population in some areas of Europe. In all this chaos, elderly people chose voluntarily to starve to death to allow the young to live. Others abandoned their children, and there is also evidence of cannibalism. It is also said that the famine was so bad that the people extracted bodies of the dead from the cemeteries and ate their flesh. Women also ate their children out of hunger. And from this grim chaos, the story of Hansel and Gretel was born. The tale deals with the theme of abandonment and survival, and all the versions of the story use the forest as a portrayal for danger, magic, and death. The notorious tale of Hansel and Gretel has been translated into 160 languages since the Grimm brothers first published the German lore in 1812. And all these versions feature child abandonment, attempted cannibalism, enslavement, and murder. Share your thoughts about this in the comment section below, and do tell if you knew about this horrific famine or not. Subscribe to my channel to know more about true stories. Thank you.